I love you. So, some of you may know this, but I ain't pick up on this. I've always like, what's the best way to boil an egg? And I learned, like, I'm today's years old when I'm on a cruise ship and find out how they do these eggs. And I was like, eat a couple of boiled eggs on the bar. And they were weirdly, the shell was soft. I'm like, they always talk about boiling eggs in a lot of salt water, but yeah. There's a new way, and it's pretty cool. Now, I got to probably YouTube how long you don't scorch the egg, but he said, we can't boil them. We don't boil them. I said, what do you do? He goes, we put them in the broiler for few minutes, and then they're done. That's why the egg was hot when it was on the bar. It came down, I was like, man, boiled eggs usually come cold, if they were hot. They're freshly broiled every day. They can't leave them. What isn't eaten, unfortunately, by health laws, they cannot keep out. They cannot carry over, which you want them to do that. I hate that it's wasting. I hate it. But broiling the eggs, the shell was amazingly soft. I couldn't believe how quick it comes off. And I kind of thought, is the egg cooked? Is it not boiled fully? Which is still not bad for you, because when I scramble eggs, if I don't do them fully, sometimes I like them half scrambled, kind of like a little runny scrambled eggs, which is real good. Almost better for you on that yolk to eat them. But broil your eggs, guys, I'm telling you. Who knew? Apparently I didn't. Your Carnival Mardi Gras, folks. That's a big boat. That's nothing compared to what's to come from Carnival. And you got a roller coaster ride on it. That's crazy. I gotta ride that sometime. Look at that. That is a big ass boat moving off right there, man. That is a beast. I'm fixing to go in here to the Heroes Bar, sports bar, and I'm gonna play some poker with some guys on a digital poker machine. Wish me the best of luck. Man, this shit is crazy.
Is he taking a photo of his opponent over there?
My nephews, they love this shit, and they're like, you got to get a picture of Uncle Brett. I'll try. I can't take a camera in the casino, but here I got better. This is crazy.
We're lenient here. We don't mind, Chris.
I folded on his hand like a damn paper airplane. Somebody's got something. Ted's all in over there.
Oh, there we go. Jackpot.
Them boys here don't play games.
you got out of it?
No, they leave it over here.
Somebody got the pot. What's up, folks? We are another day at sea. I was thinking we only had one sea day on this cruise, but that was the last cruise. We only had one. It was about a day shorter. But we are one day at sea, and then we are Half Moon Key, and then Celebration is last, because Celebration's on Grand Bahama Island, which is closest to Florida. So, but other than that, I'm having a great time. Having a really good time just sitting at the table, enjoying playing a few hands of poker with these guys. We're having fun with that. I sat down on the poker table, the digital poker table, with about 9 other guys last night. And, it starts out $1 to $2 hands, and of course, buy-ins minimum of $20 up to $200, I think. And I had never done this, and these guys, we were trying to figure the table out, and I put $20 in. And the first 2 hands I knew, I'm like, oh my God, there ain't no way $20 is gonna cover this. $1 to $2 hands, nothing. I had put another $100 in there, and I hung for a couple hours, won about 4 hands. But I'm gonna tell you, these guys, they can run that table up, that pot, real quick. And you got to ask yourself, how deep do you want to get in on that poker? They sat there for hours, beyond the 2 hours I was there, and 10 slots, people on and off the table. 2 of them sat there probably the whole night. There were probably 25, 26 people in and out on that table the whole night. And some of those cats, man, they know how to play poker. It's like there's I don't get it with poker. It's like people can be, it's not a bully, but they know how to run the table sometimes with, when they start, people start raising on Texas Hold'em like crazy before the cards even flop. It's like, no, I'm out. I'm not getting in this. I don't care what my cards are. If I don't have a flop, at least, that's just not me. Some people play poker differently. I'm not real fluent, and I haven't been playing poker long, so I don't know. These guys are real good. So. But it was fun. It was really fun to do. Just didn't want to spend a bunch of money doing that stuff. I wanted to enjoy it and do it. Now, I may put $50 down again and sit with them a little bit before the end of the cruise. The first couple of days it was hard to do because the table was hard to get to. People were just sitting there watching the games and stuff. So that was that. Everything going on. But other than that, all was great. Amber Cove was cool. That coffee tour was amazing. You'll see a video on that. That coffee tour was amazing. It really was. His eye fell off. I guess we're going to name him One-Eyed Willie. I know folks give interior cabins a lot of grief, like I would never be in one, but this is considered an interior cabin. But I've got a window. I'm directly at the front of the boat. Sometimes interior cabins, folks, they have windows. It's not a bad deal. I don't care about interior because you're never in the room. You never are, folks. It's all good. I tell you, man, you get on these cruises, man, and you don't know who you're going to be sitting next to. It's really nice, the nicest people, and I met so many people from different walks of the earth, from, everything under the sun, and a few people I'm playing heads-up hold'em with, I've kind of connected with. Her funny as can be. And one lady, I guess she's about my age, and her sister and mom are on a cruise here, and we're sitting in there playing heads-up hold'em, asking, hey, where are you from? The one I was from Detroit, and the other, I think, was from Maryland or something. And, they're sisters. I think they're originally from maybe Maryland or something. But she said I were just retired from Chrysler. And she goes, I was one of the chief engineers out of about 5 of us that she designed the Chrysler Pacifica van and a few other vehicles. So if you drive a Chrysler Pacifica, she had something to do with it. Love it or hate it. It's pretty cool. So I just don't know what these folks do for a living. If they were just, she just retired. But there's another guy, man, sitting next to him, is older gentleman, he was a Vietnam vet. And he's in a rolling wheelchair. I guess it's hard for him to walk. The shakes. He's got Parkinson's disease and been able to function. I was just sitting there talking to him a little bit about what he did. I didn't want to get too much of what he did in Vietnam, but he was just the nicest guy, very calm voice, and sharp at poker. Was giving me some good tips, man. The nicest guy. And just telling me this is his 75th cruise. Literally 75. And there are people that have done more than that on this boat. They just honored a woman who's done there was a woman that's done 162 cruises or something, like 1,600 cruise days. It's insane. But anyway, he said his wife's got cancer, only 4 months to live, and excuse me for this. He said that he'd love to maybe take her on another cruise here. It'd probably be their last one for their 56th wedding anniversary, but he said he didn't know, and I felt so bad when he was telling me that. But just the nicest guy, man. And I could still play poker with him all day because he's sharp. If you play poker, there's like 3 or 4 things you got to pay attention to at once, and I haven't been playing long enough to really know. Like a little while ago, I laid 2 cards down. I said, I got 2 cards, and then I was concentrating on 2 pairs, but I didn't know how to full house. And, you can look right through that stuff. So it's like, God, I'll take it. It worked. But be it that it may, gosh, what's today? 21st of January. I guess today is my birthday. So I guess there's worse places to be on your birthday. So I'll take that. It's all good. So other than that, man, I love it. So there's this thing, and I've never heard about this. It's not on every ship, but they've got it on this ship, and it's funny. Probably something new they've implemented, maybe on the larger ships, but I gotta go see this. It's funny as hell. I'm not gonna do it. I don't dance unless I'm drunk, and that ain't gonna happen. They call it Silent Nights, and someone was talking about it last night, so they got to go see this thing. It's the funniest thing. There's a DJ that's controlling a bunch of different headphones for a bunch of people in there, all blinking with lights, and the DJ lets you pick whatever you want to listen to, and no one else hears the music. They're closed back, noise-canceling headphones, and everybody's out there dancing to different music, and no one knows what they're dancing to, and you just see people like zombies, and it's quiet, lights are blinking, these people are dancing, so whether it be slow, fast, or whatever, to their own thing, and it's funny as hell. So hopefully it lives up to what people are talking about. I gotta go see this. I can get some video of it. I definitely will. And down below here, that's the Havana deck. It's all for the people who got the Havana cabins. They got their own private pool, jacuzzis, and deck. That's the best place on the boat right there. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. No one can hear the music and everybody's dancing to different music. Hey, how you doing? Oh my God. Oh, geez. That is hilarious. Looks like a bunch of zombies.
Damn straight, girl!
Dancing around.
Nobody
Nobody knows what anybody's listening to.
3 minutes.
That is funny. That is so funny. No one can hear the music and everybody's dancing, and then the music switches to the same music. Oh my God. Everybody's got noise canceling headphones on, dancing to different types of music. They say that everybody's listening to their own music, and then it switches to the same where everybody starts singing. That's hilarious. I'm gonna go sit in that jacuzzi a little bit more and enjoy it before I have to get off the boat in the morning. Go home and deal with cold ass weather. This is the adults 21 and older Serenity deck with a bar. So there is a place you can go on these ships where no kids are allowed. For the sky ride, pedal it. We are backing up from the port of Celebration Key. We are rolling out. It's a good trip on here this time compared to the last time. Very good trip. That's great. Yeah. Look at that fog we're going through. I thought it was smoke, but it's fog. At least we hope it is. 5:40 in the morning coming into Port Canaveral. That's wild. So I don't know if I talked about e-bikes. I probably didn't. That'll probably be the next thing I talk about. If any of you guys know much about e-bikes, have one, chime in below with some advice. After this excursion yesterday in Grand Bahama, now I want an e-bike. I love that damn thing. These things were so cool. And man, they got into where they hold a charge and you can go to 100 miles on these things. Had a blast on it. Now I want one. And they make them of all sizes, man. It's so cool. Such options. And I love it. If you know anything about e-bikes, you have one, chime in below. Give me some advice on it. I think my budget on it, where I really want to spend on it, is around $1,200, $1,300. And I think you can get a pretty good one. I've seen some really good ones. They're foldable, really good. They run up about 25 miles an hour, and I think there's about an 80, 100 mile range. A few other features, which is pretty cool. So now I want one. I knew it was going to be the case when I took this excursion. I knew it. I knew it. Something interesting I've noticed about cruising, something no one really talks about. I think it's funny. It's just funny, it really is. When you get on the boat and everybody's like, hey, how you doing? They're all excited, social, they'll talk to you all day long. And then they get off the ship here and you're waiting on your bus and you see them walking down the sidewalk and you should say hey, and it's like, hey, and they don't even look at you like it's business as usual. We'll get back home on the streets, it's fuck you. It's like they never even met you on the boat. And some are, you know, if you hung out with them, it's different. But some of the people are like, hey, how are y'all doing? Have a safe trip home. Yeah, whatever. Maybe they're depressed because they had to get off the boat. I don't know. Human nature. It's something else, isn't it? Oh, man. Got my coffee this morning. Just got off the ship, which is behind me. And, excuse me, my finger on the phone. Got up early, about 5:30 this morning, because I just wanted to go get some breakfast when the buffet opened up at 6:15. Get my bag and get first in line to get off this thing, because I got to drive up to the house. I know some of you in the U.S. are getting hit with heavy weather. We're going to get a little bit where I'm at. Probably not as much, but it's enough to close roads. And I need to go get a few things situated before this thing hits tonight and tomorrow morning. We're going to get a little bit of freezing rain. I think it's the only thing I know. People upstate from me are going to get it worse, but we are going to feel it in South Carolina. I know some of you probably already getting hit with it in Texas and Arkansas, possibly Tennessee there, around Memphis, towards Nashville. But it happens every year, folks. I knew we were going to get something this year. But it was a great trip, as I said earlier. I had a blast, and I actually had a better time than I did in November, and I had a good time then, so always is. And we'll definitely keep you guys posted on my trip in March. I'm planning, trying to get that rolling. A lot of research, so I've got everything going like it's supposed to. I've learned a few things, thank God, on this trip about what I need to do for that trip. Forms that need to be filled out just in case, so we need to go ahead and get that done. Not to mention everything else. So, as I always say, when something cool comes along, you know I'm gonna cut you in. And I appreciate you guys so much for watching. Be cool.